Family, I'm once again welcoming you to Seek and Peril on YouTube. Thank you and God bless you for subscribing to Seek and Peril on YouTube. Thank you for liking the content after watching. Thank you for bringing forth your comments, your suggestions, and recommendations to help improve this channel in a way that it could serve you better always. Thank you for recommending this platform. Thank you for sharing this platform to your friends, to your colleagues, and to your family also. Together, I know that we are on our way to building a better channel that will be full of education, that will be full of wisdom, that will be full of knowledge, instructions, directions, and informations that we would need to improve upon any life endeavor that we may be pursuing right now. I'm so much blessed, so much humbled, and elated to have you with me once again. Today, we will be looking at the DV lottery. You see, we're still looking forward to the results of the DV lottery 2023-2024 in the middle of May. That is according to the official State Department website. I have been following the interview sessions with respect to the winners of the DV lottery last year, relating to my own country, Ghana. It is appealing to be that most people were denied the visa because they didn't have the high school education, and they thought they could use the NVTI, that is the National Vocational Training Institute certificate, to in place the high school certificate that they don't have. Some also thought that they could also use other technical certifications that they were having to in place the high school certificate that they don't have. Some also thought that the job that they were doing or the company that they were working for would be able to qualify them. That is, I'm talking about work experience. So that in a situation that they don't have the high school education, the consulate could consider the reputable and the viable companies that they have been working with and the work experience more than 2 years and their track record to also qualify them to be given the visa to be able to have the chance to pursue another life in America. And unfortunately, many people has been disappointed. Many people, they have been disappointed because the rate at which the DV lottery visa was denied this year is strange and it's appalling. And the little research that I've been able to do is all leading to this issue that I'm about to discuss with you. So to you out there watching me right now, you may have partaken in the recently registration of the DV lottery, and thus you're looking forward to the middle of May for the official release of the results to be able to know your status as to whether you've won or you were not lucky. So I just want to provide this little information to you that once you cannot tell as to whether you're going to win or not, at least you can still prepare yourself towards it. So right now, if you're watching me and you know you don't have the high school education, there's a possibility of you registering the November-December examination with WAEC to be able to study and write to get the high school certification. A friend pulled this question to me. Seek and Peril. So why is the American embassy or why is the State Department that is like in charge of this DV lottery, why are they so strict or why are they so emphasizing on the fact that you need to be a high school graduate? You see, in America here that I'm finding myself, once you are done with high school education, it is possible for you to be able to do everything in America. High school graduates are able to even join the place without necessarily going to the university or going to college. I mean, high school graduates can apply to join the fire service. I mean, there's a lot of opportunities and avenues for people that are high school graduates in America. At least in America, all that you need is to be able to complete high school education, because they know and they believe that once you're through with your high school education and you have your credentials, that in itself makes you eligible, places you in an advantageous position to be able to grab any opportunity that could lead you into the pursuance of the dream life you want to live for yourself. So, I mean, in the right thinking of the State Department, they also know that even though that we cannot compare our own high school education in Africa or in Ghana to that of the United States, but at least there's some comparisons that we can draw or we can deduce. I mean, we mostly study the same mathematics, we mostly study the same English. We mostly study the same integrated science. We study the same biology, chemistry, and physics. So, I mean, they also know that at least if you can have this basic knowledge and basic wisdom, I mean, that should be able to qualify you to be able to enter into the United States and to be able to fit perfectly into the system so that you wouldn't be found wanting. And in the same way, because, I mean, English language is also part of the high school curriculum, they want to make sure that most people that are looking for entry into the United States are people that can communicate the English language. They wouldn't want you to get into the country and you cannot communicate, or you cannot communicate with the English language, or you cannot speak, or you cannot understand the English language. That is the official language for the United States. Because so doing is going to make life tough and difficult for you in the United States. I mean, that's the reason why there's so much emphasizing on the fact that you need to be a high school graduate to be able to leverage on the fact that you've been able to win the American lottery and that they can process you to get a visa to come to pursue another life in America. So if you're watching me, this is the reason why the State Department is so much emphasizing on the fact that you have to be a high school graduate. High school education is very important to America. And not only in America, high school education is very important to any country that wants to, raise a generation of literates, a generation that are level-headed, that are reasonable. High school education is very cool. So you should be able to leverage on the fact that at least we are having free high school education in Ghana. If you cannot enroll with a free high school education in Ghana, at least you can try with the November-December examination to be able to make yourself eligible so that when you're fortunate enough to win the lottery, then you can easily start your processing without not going through these moments of disappointment that many Ghanaians are witnessing with this year DV lottery visa interview. And in the situation that you also register for the lottery, you watching me right now, and you know that it's like impossible for me to take the advice the campaign office is giving me to go back to high school to get a certificate, or maybe write the November-December examination to make me eligible for my visa to be processed to get to America. Then what you could be thinking about is that then you need to be finding a reputable company to be working with right now. And if you read from the State Department website, what they are saying is that in the situation that you don't have the high school certificate and you would want to use or leverage on work experience to be able to allow your visa or DV lottery visa to be processed for you to come to America, then you should be able to be working with a reputable company, like maybe say you should be in the field like oil and gas, or maybe you are working with a reputable mining company in your home country. Are you understanding? Or maybe you are working with like a transportation company, like a company that is into manufacturing and production. I mean, these are their basic qualification for the work experience. They are not just interested in any other company. They are not just interested in any experience from like a miniature company. They want a viable company. Companies whose work experience you've been able to acquire could be proven and could be tested. That is the kind of company that the State Department is after in a situation that you don't have the high school education to make you eligible for them to process your visa to come to America. So sometimes I'm putting this question on you. I mean, let it be a rhetorical question to you. I mean, how many people in Ghana could have this opportunity or this leverage to be working with an oil and gas company? I mean, how many people in Ghana could have an opportunity to be working with a company like MTN, mobile telecommunication network? How many people in Ghana could even have the opportunity to be working with an international company like Vodafone? How many people in Ghana could have this opportunity to be working with AGA, that is Anglo Gold Ashanti? I mean, how many people in Ghana could even have the opportunity to be working with a company like Nimon Ghana Limited in Kenya? That is an American company that are into mining of gold. How many Ghanaians could have this opportunity? 1 out of a million. So getting the work experience qualification to process your DV lottery visa is very difficult as compared to you studying to write the November-December examination to be able to get a certificate so that in a situation that you have won, they could process your visa for you to come to America. So I decided to bring you this message looking at the tracking that I've been doing with respect to this year's interview and why many will refuse the visa. Because they didn't qualify. Because they didn't have the high school education. Because they don't have the working experience as described by the State Department to be able to qualify you, to make you eligible to come to America. I pray and I hope that it wouldn't be too late for you watching this video right now. And I also realized the last pattern. And this last pattern that I'm talking about, because I don't want the video to be so long, I will take my time to, delve deeply into this issue. It is also appealing to be that, most people, register the lottery as single, and when it came out, they have won, and they would want to marry and process the DV lottery visa with their spouse, you see, which is, legal, which is lawful because the State Department allows it. That even though you registered as single and you have won as single, but you can still add or include your spouse to it. But that also comes with its own challenges. It comes with its own impediment, and that is in the situation that when you go for the interview and you're not able to prove beyond every reasonable doubt that you are not just marrying your spouse after winning the DV lottery so that you can leverage on your visa to also come to America, but it's just a true marriage. If you are not able to, prove beyond every reasonable doubt, there's no way they're going to give you the visa. Yes, as I said, there is no law that is saying that once you've won and you won as a single, you cannot marry so that your spouse could benefit. No law from the State Department is saying that. But if you want to take that part, make sure you have prepared yourself adequately enough so that when you go to the interview with your spouse, sometimes most of the question wouldn't be going to your spouse. It will be coming to you as the main applicant. You are the target. Make sure you're able to know the do's and don'ts with a process like that, so that you wouldn't just go there to mess up and to be humiliated. Like I said, this is just the intro of the summary of the interview with respect to people or folks that won last year that I have been following. This is just a synopsis. I'll be preparing myself to delve into this issue and to tackle every single issue one by one to help Ghanaians to prepare adequately before the official announcement of the 2023-2024 DV lottery results. Thank you and God bless you. Don't close this channel. Don't pause this video. Don't stop this video without not liking the video, without not sharing the video, without not bringing forth your comments and suggestions, without not recommending this video to your family or to your friend. And if you're new to this channel too, thank you and God bless you for coming. I believe you are finding this content to be of very educational, and because of that, you're going to stick to this platform. Don't forget to also subscribe. Thank you and God bless you. I'll see you.